to use HostGator, but if you're going to do it on Namecheap or Bluehost, the steps are pretty much same. And all you need to do, you need to log in, and of course you should have one account, and in your account you should have your server ready. I mean, you should buy a server. Now I bought a shared server, and once you buy the server, you'd have your cPanel. Okay, so here I'm over here coming to this cPanel, and I'm here on HostGator. Well, at the end of this tutorial I will also show it on Namecheap. Okay, Namecheap is another hosting company. Now here, this is my package. Well, this is a shared package. Now the steps are same for all the shared package for all these companies. Okay, anyway, so you should log in. Of course, you should also buy this package first. Okay, so I'm not going to cover how to buy this. Just go ahead and simple steps. Okay, here we'll just cover how to upload your web app to a Linux server. Okay, so anyway, so you should come to your after logging in, come to this cPanel section. Okay, if you are using other hosting companies, just go ahead and find cPanel. Okay, all right, so this is what we need to do. So it's loading and we need to wait. Well, once you are here, you need to search for subdomains or domains. If you have a domain, if you have already domain, you can go ahead and install it on your subdomain, or you can install it on your domain as well. So it doesn't really matter. Either you have to have a domain. Of course, if you have a domain, then you can install it on a subdomain. But I already have a domain, so I'll go ahead and create a subdomain based on one of my domains. Okay, so here I am, and here I'm gonna go ahead and select one of my site over here. Actually, I have a lot of sites, and over here I'll go ahead and select this domain, and now I need to name over here subdomain name. So here I do FD. All right, food delivery, because this is going to be for our app, web app, the backend side that you have been following with me. So in browser, you will visit is at fd.laravel.site. Okay, and then you can name whatever you want, but for this one you have to have a domain. But of course you can do the same thing in a domain, the one we are going to do soon, hosting, uploading things, our uploading files to our server. Okay, so here I would click and it would create like this thing for me, the URL fd.laravel.site. okay, and it says it's been created. Okay, all right, so over here once again I'll come back to my cPanel. Okay, and after that come over here, just go ahead and click on this file manager. Well, now here over here on this left side you see all the domains, either it's a subdomain or a domain. Like these are my domains, and here the subdomain we created. All right, yeah, so all of the domains and subdomains should be here once you create it like this. Okay, all right, now if we click on this one, like over here I do have a lot of stuff because this website is up and running and I put things inside of this one. But now if I click on this one over here, there's nothing over here, it's all empty. Okay, yeah, so what I'll do now over here, we'll upload our backend or the website. So here, this is the one that you guys are following along with me. Okay, now of course if you downloaded it early from GitHub, you have downloaded something like this or MVS. It doesn't really matter what the name is. Okay, so over here what I'll do, I'll go to this I'll open up my terminal over here and I'll cd it to downloads. Okay, and the folder name is, because it's in download folder, food BSL maybe, so over here. Okay, all right, Now on terminal, I would open dot, so it'll open everything in this folder because I'm inside this folder. Of course, you can do it manually. You can open it manually. It doesn't really matter. Go ahead and find everything and open it. Now, what I will do over here, I'll select all of them, and over here, I'll compress them. Okay. So it's going to compress it, everything. So all you need to do, open your website's root directory in a window like this and compress it. So it compressed everything over here. Now this is the file that we want to upload. Now for uploading in all the web hosting, the file manager, actually they all look same. Trust me, I've worked with them. So if you have been following along with me and if you came so far, they should all be the same. Okay. Now here I'll click upload. It will take you to another window. Now what I could do, simply just drag and drop this one. Okay, so that's what I'll do. So it would go ahead and complete it. Okay, perfect. Now I would go back, click here, just go back. Now you see we have this zip file over here. Now we need to extract it. So click on this and it would extract in this directory inside this one. So if you just have a domain, it will extract it inside the domain. Just go ahead and click extract. Okay, so it'll do it, pretty much everything. Then I'll just go ahead and simply delete this one because we don't need this anymore. Okay, so just go ahead and delete. Well, now that was the first part. Now our subdomain is ready and it has also our website. Okay, all right. Now there are a few other things that we also need to take care right now. Now we need to upload the database. So in general, we need to create a database first. By that I mean we need to create a database username and user information like password. So for this one, in general, you'd click on this one, mysql.php. So over here, you'd create a database. So over here, I'll just simply call it FD. You can call it anything and click on create database. So actually the database name would be bettina_fd. Okay, so this is a prefix. Pretty much all shared hosters they have, but of course for you it could be a different name, not this one. Okay, so it would create, and now go back. So just now we created the username. We created the database name. Now we need to go ahead and create a user. So username and database name could be the same, it doesn't matter. So I'll do the same over here and I'll put a password. Okay, so in this case my username and database name, they're same, they could be different, doesn't matter. Okay, then create user. So when you create user, you need password. Okay, so yes, we created the database and we created a user. So next we need to connect them, user and database. So if you use different names, just find the related names. Okay, so I ask you to do it, keep it the same, because if you're watching this tutorial, it means you really don't know how to do this thing. So don't confuse yourself, just give them the same name and then create add. Now with this, our database has been created and you need to click on this one. Okay, give all this permission and make changes. Okay, with this you'd be able to do CRUD operation on your database. Okay, now let's go ahead and go back. Okay, I think we can close this one. Now once again I will come over here to the cPanel and over here. Now once we are done with this creating my database, now we'll go to PHP myadmin. Okay, all right, so it will take us to the PHP myadmin page, and this is where we'll go, and it may take a bit of time because we are on a shared server. Shared server is most of the time slow. Of course, now you should have your own thing over here, not this name, it could be any name. Anyway, so over here we see this is the database we created. This is my other database that I'm hosting in this server. Anyway, so I'll click on this, and for now it's empty. As you see, it's minus. Okay, it's empty. But if I click on this one, it expands, so it has database. Others are empty. But anyway, so right now our job is to import a database. Now for this one, we are going to import the database, this one. I think yes, this is the one. Let me see. I have a lot of stops over here, sorry about that. Okay, this is the correct one, I would say. Shop app. All right, but it could be your any database, or if you're following along with me from Flutter app, so find the related database and upload it. Okay, in this case I'll just upload this one. Okay, so I'll click here, choose, and I'll come over here, and then I will go ahead and find it. Not this one. Okay, this one. So in your case, you just need to upload the e-commerce database that you are doing with me. Okay, all right. Or if you're just following with me from a random tutorial, doesn't matter, just go ahead and upload your tutorial. And I would say click over here, go. You may need to wait. Okay, so here is our database that's been uploaded, and here we can see that we have this food table, users table, and orders table. Okay, so everything is there. All right. Okay, cool. So with this, we are done uploading the database. Okay, well, now we are very close to launch our website. So now, once again, we need to come to this cPanel, and then let's see, we can come to File Manager. So here it looks like it's missing this env file, and without env file, it won't work. So one way to do is that you go ahead and like from here, find the env file, but because it's hidden, so you can't really find it. So one way to do that is to go ahead and drag and drop in any kind of editor, and then you'll see that it might be there. Okay, so as you see here, you can't see, so open it on an editor. Now what I will do, I'll copy all of this thing over here. I'll copy, select, and copy, and inside this I'll create a file. As you see here, it says file, so I'll call it .env and create new file, and now it's here. After that, I'll go ahead and edit it, and whatever I have there just now, I'll put it over here if it opens. Okay, yeah, okay, it's empty. Now I put everything back. Now as you see, these things shouldn't change. For debugging purpose, you can keep it true, and this one you can type in your URL name as localhost, or like HTTP localhost, but I suggest to go with the actual name. In our case, we do fdlaravel.site. Okay, all right, so yes, and we also need to work on the database. Now over here, our database name was Bettina fd, and username was the same, and password, well, here I'm going to write a random password. Okay, so whatever the password you put there, just put it here. Now this password is when you created MySQL database, that password. Okay, so once that is done, you can go ahead and save it. Okay, so with this, we are done with our env file setting, and then we need to change our htaccess, this file. If you don't have, just like go ahead and create one. Click over here, file, and do htaccess, and let's see, click on edit and see how it goes. Okay, now over here it's empty. If it's empty, it won't work, so we need to get this file. Well, now for this one, come to this website over here, laravel.site, and click on this file. Once you do that, it will take you to a new page, and over here we have this information. Just go ahead and copy this, and then you put this one over here. And with this, your site would be pointing to the, well, it would strip public from your domain name. Otherwise you will have whatever the domain name, then /public. With this, we are saying that don't show public directory in the URL, and that's all. Let's go ahead and save it. Okay, and well, I'll close this one, and then we need another file. I think it's already here. Let's see. Click on this, edit. Okay, it's in right place. Okay, well, with this we should be pretty much ready, because our env file is ready, our htaccess file is ready. So now we want to hit this one on the URL. But right now, if it doesn't work, that could be two problems. One is still being propagated throughout this internet, or SSL problem. So here I would do fd.laravel.site. Okay, and let's see how it goes. It's still, yes, it's up and running. It looks like it's pointing to our home page. And let me point to admin section, and it should take me, or at least show me, the admin login page. As it's there, as you see, it should work. Okay, yes, so I think it would work. So let me go ahead and click on this. Looks like it's going to work because it's going to get us in our backend. Okay, so this was our backend. All right. Yeah, so that's how you host it. Okay, and well, here's this thing. If you're going to put it in your Flutter application, just go ahead and copy this name, whatever you had in the base URL, and you should be good to go. Thank you.